What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. If you give me the HKO special, help the king out, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. All right, so we're going to talk about John Stockton real quick. So the NBA legend has, gone over and is suing, the federal policies, the COVID. So, there he goes. Ramps up the fight against COVID policies with the federal lawsuit. So, let's read about it. Yep, and former NBA great John Stockton has ramped up his rebellion against COVID-19 restrictions by suing Washington state officials who cracked down on COVID misinformation from doctors. A lawsuit that claims for doctors' free speech rights were violated because they spoke against the mainstream COVID narrative. He and other plaintiffs filed a lawsuit in federal court recently with presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. listed as one of his attorneys. The complaint names the state's attorney general as a defendant, along with the executive director of the Washington Medical Commission, which regulate doctors in the state. The purpose of this lawsuit is to protect the rights to speak and the right of the public to hear the message, the law states, and the goal is to stop the commission from investigating, prosecuting, or sanctioning physicians who speak out in public against this so-called mainstream COVID narrative. The cessation of public health edicts put out by the CDC, Disease Control Prevention, repeated by the primary news outlet, which has caused the public to lose trust in the public health authorities, which has caused the CDC to repeatedly apologize and promise to do better. So, why is John Stockton involved in this? So, Stockton 61 is suing on his behalf and advocates for all Washingtonians who share his belief that people have the First Amendment right to hear the public soapbox speech of Washington licensed physicians who disagree with the mainstream COVID narrative, according to the lawsuit. And Stockton played college basketball at Gonzaga in Spokane and had his season tickets there suspended for his refusal to wear a mask during games. He also led his lent in support to the legal efforts of former Washington State football coach Nick Rolovich, who was fired in 20 after he refused to get vaccinated under the state mandate. Yep. So in an interview with Spokesman Review in 22, Stockton also made unfounded claims more than 100 professional athletes have died of vaccination. And what does Stockton's lawsuit seek? He is joined by a suit of doctors who said they are prosecuted by the state, as well as the Children's Health Defense, a nonprofit founded by Kennedy, who is well known for his misleading, unfounded, or debunked claims about vaccines and the pandemic. So the Washington Medical Commission served notice on COVID misinformation in 21, warning that treatments and recommendations regarding disease that fall below standard of care established by medical experts, federal authorities, and legitimate medical research are potentially subject to disciplinary action. The suit seeks a declaration that the state's action violated the First Amendment rights of the doctors. It also seeks an injunction against the state initiating or continuing any investigation or prosecution of any Washington licensed physician based on these written or verbal communication by physicians to the public. The suit states that defendants investigated, prosecuted, and sanctioned approximately 60 physicians since September of 21. So there you go. Yep, John Stockton. There he is. Yep, without the mask, and yeah, the reasons we wear a mask is because maybe we're sick due to basic illness, nothing to do with COVID out here in Asia. But yeah, I I agree. John Stockton, yeah, his season tickets were suspended, and all these mandates and violations. Yeah, and even for myself, I did not take the jab, and especially in Korea, where 89% is jabbed. So I had to survive without a job. They threatened me with, hey, you need to get the vaccine. I said, no. After doing further research, and I was like very close to, getting doing it, and then I just realized, and then I just stood back and like read my research, and I said no. And Yep, and I'm glad I didn't do it, and I'm glad for John Stockton is, putting this lawsuit in place, so that this does not happen to any of us Americans again. So, yeah. So I agree with John Stockton here, and hope, something happens with some of this lawsuit. So, yeah. All right. So if you enjoyed this content, please give me HKO special help to KO. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment on this vaccine. So, yep. So other than that, I will see you in my next video.